Here they make.
See that door? No. That's where we put our bags. Alright, I'm going to keep my door open for airflow for just a little bit longer. Here's your key. Don't twist it in yet, just put it in the off position. And leave it once it's in. Alright, before entering, we did an exterior inspection, okay? Before starting, seat belts, shoulder harnesses on. I see that you've done it too, okay? If we want to take these off at any time in flight, we lift it, okay? Fuel selector valve is on both, so right down there, can you tell me if that thing says both? Mm-hmm. Alright, so if it's pointing to both, it's on both. Brakes, test and set. I just hold my brakes. So these down here, these are our rudder pedals. This is what's going to control our movement on the ground, and this is going to coordinate our turns. So the bottoms of the pedals is movement. The tops of these pedals are our brakes. Okay. So a lot of people like to hang out up top and then they're riding their brakes. So why don't you try to press both brakes. Before starting the engine, radios and electrical equipment all needs to be in the off position. So see that avionics master switch, is it pointing to off? Yep. Perfect. Alright, next page. Alright, so it says mixture rich. So this red knob needs to go all the way to the firewall in order to enrich it. Can you push it in? You gotta push the knobby too. Push the button, push it in. Yep, so now it's rich. Just leave it. It says carburetor heat cold. So this knob is our carburetor heat and it is in the cold position. So that's good there. And this is like a gas pedal in a car. This is our throttle. So this all the way in is gonna go and all the way out it's gonna slow, okay? So right here on the top of it is a friction lock. So we can adjust it and make it easier. Or if we make it tight, it's really hard to push, okay? Mm-hmm. So they say about 1/8 of an inch to start your engine, okay? So we just kind of put it in a skosh. Bum, bum, bum. So now it says primer. Okay, so we need to inject fuel straight into our cylinder, which is what this little knob is going to do for us. And so there's a little hole on the knob. You have to find the spot where the knob will start to come through. Alright, so find the spot. Do I pull it back? If it will pull back, you got to find the spot. It will pull back on you. There you go. So now pull it all the way out, and then wait a second. And now push it all the way in. Yeah, and then one more time. All the way out. And then all the way in, and then you got to lock it right back into place so that doesn't creep out on us in flight. So that we just primed the engine there. So will it come out? Can you pull it out? There. Oh, cool. Definitely in. Alright. Throttle, open 1/8 of an inch. We just did that. Okay, master switch is on. That's that big red switch there. Both sides. Perfect. Alright, now we get to yell prop clear. Alright, so when starting the engine, just like a car, we're going to take the key, take it all the way to start. Not yet. Alright, we're going to have one hand on our throttle, so you're going to have one hand here, and I'm going to hold your brakes for you. But first things first, we got to make sure that propeller isn't going to hit anyone, so we're looking there, we're looking there, we're looking there, and then lastly, we look behind us. Do you see anyone? Is the area clear?
Looks clear.
Alright, now we get to yell prop clear out my door. Can you yell it for me?
What?
You say, clear prop, clear. Alright, you can go ahead, one hand here, and your key all the way to start. And if at any time when you're starting, you feel like it needs a little extra something, you can do this with your throttle, in and out, okay? Okay. Go ahead and go. Put your hand here. Perfect. Alright, pull it back. Yeah, there you go, a little bit in. Right, about there. See that? Our RPM gauge, we want it at about 1,000, okay? So you can put this switch on, and our headset will work now. Hello. Check. Alright. Hear me? Alright, yep. Can we hear Jack? Jack, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Alright, don't be afraid to eat your mics, okay? Your mics gotta be close for me to hear you. Alright, can you turn on our beacon light for us so everybody knows our engine's running? Yep, turn it on. Perfect. Alright, now our engine's running. Alright, now we need to check our weather. Can you press that button?
The altitude.
Alright, now we hold it down. Now we let go there. Now now we get to listen to what the weather's telling us.
Auburn Municipal Airport, automated weather observation 2127 Zulu. Wind 230 at 3 knots. Visibility more than 1.
All the way up? Yep.
Altimeter 9 inches of mercury.
Alright, so what I just did there was adjusting, okay, our altimeter for non-standard temperature, but basically temperature's pretty on point today. Our elevation is 1,500 feet at Auburn Airport. Alright, so we did all that. Now we're going to check our oil pressure. Is it in the green? Okay, then we're good to go. Now we're ready to taxi, so we got to do a radio check. So once you push this button, everyone will hear you. So if you hold it down, say Auburn traffic radio check, and then let it go, someone should tell you if it's working. Auburn traffic radio check. Perfect.
Wow, clear.
Alright, and then you double tap that, so they know that you heard them. Good job. Alright, so now we're ready to taxi. Alright, once again, we're going to hold our throttle. I'm going to taxi while we're close to airplanes here, but notice how I'm not even using my hands. It's all in your feet. And I'm clearing left, and I'm clearing right, and I'm watching my wingtips. Watching out for this truck here. And as soon as we get away from these airplanes, it's going to be your controls. Alright, so why don't you put your feet on the pedals and feel what I'm doing here. And we're going to let go of this, because it's not going to do a whole lot. And we're going to use this and our feet. The bottoms of these pedals are what's going to be used. And then we add brakes as needed. Okay. Wow, good. Alright, so this is our taxi line. Our goal is to keep that taxi line either between your legs or on your right knee. Okay, can you see it? Yep. And you can look out ahead of it. Alright? One hand on your throttle. And you can adjust power as needed. So we're aiming for a brisk walk as far as speed goes. And we're going to turn left, and then we're going to turn right. So to turn left, we're going to need our left foot to the floor. Nice job. All the way around. Good. Alright, clear left, clear right. Now we're going to turn right. Now we got to push all the way to the floor on our right pedal. Perfect. Don't take your hand off that throttle when we're out here on taxi. So in taxi, in takeoff, and landing, and in starting the engine, you always have your hand on the throttle in case it moves forward and back. Alright, so here we are on our taxi line. Why don't you try to make some S's across the line with your feet?
7954 Golf taxi.
Nice. And at the tops of those pedals are brakes if you need them. And I'm here with you. Looking good, buddy. How's it feel? Good. Good? Pretty easy? Alright, now see if you can do straight. Okay, so when we want to do straight, we're going to look all the way down that taxi line, all the way to where that yellow sign is. And it's going to be a lot easier to track straight. Alright? So sometimes when we're taxiing, we're fighting ourselves. So take your feet off those pedals, and then watch which way the airplane wants to move, and then just slowly add small corrections. And that way you're not just constantly fighting your own feet. There you go. Looking good. Which way are we going right now? We want to get back on this line, right? Good. Alright, so mind controls for a second. I'm going to bring us over here. Now we need to check that all our engine and our instruments and our flight controls are all free and correct. So we pull off to the side of the road and check it out. Alright, I'm going to straighten out my nose wheel. Alright, and then we go right back to our checklist. Before takeoff, it says parking brake set. In this case, I've got our brakes, so we don't need to set our parking brake. And then it says flight controls, check for free and correct movement. So we grab our yoke, we head over here to the left, we check that our aileron went up, then we pull it back, check that our elevator back here is in fact up, okay? Then we go over here, check that that one's up, and then we push it back forward. Alright, I'm going to let you do that now. Go ahead. Up. Back. boom, and then all the way forward, and then our elevator once again to be down.
And what's the up and back do?
Okay, so this is going to control our pitch. So this means we're going up in the sky. We're going down. All right. Which way are we going here? Exactly. All right. So show me up. Let's try to go up. I want to see what that. Ah, nice. Yeah. Now you're really going up, huh? All right. Now then we want to go down. Perfect. All right. So more power, we're going to climb better. Less power, we're going to go down. All right. So more power is all the way to the firewall. Less power is all the way to you. Okay. And you can also control your power by looking at this RPM setting, and you'll see all the way in the green is more, all the way down here is less. Alright, so next we have elevator trim. That's what that little tab in the back was for. Okay, we just want that set up, that little arrow right there. Engine instruments and ammeter check. Alright, so basically we take a walk across our board. We've got a 6-pack of instruments here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we just take a walk. Our airspeed should read 0. Our artificial horizon should be on the horizon. Our altimeter should be within 50 or 75 feet of airport elevation, which is 1,500 feet. So I'd say that's it there, right there. Our turn coordinator, if there's a red flag there, it means it's not working, but right now it is. And then we have our heading indicator, okay? So this heading indicator needs to be aligned with our magnetic compass. So you push this in, and then you turn it, alright? So if you can get that right on north, which is what it looks like we want, or a little bit to the right of north. Yeah, it's kind of hard, huh? Push and then turn. Perfect. Exactly there. And then our last instrument tells us how much we're climbing and descending in 100 feet per minute. So right now we're at 0, and that's what we want.
Okay. Ready, Papa?
Almost there, almost there. 2 more seconds, okay? Alright, so now we need to make sure that everything's running nicely. So take your throttle, take it up to 1,700 RPMs. So right 2 notches past that 15 there. Yep. All the way. Yep, I got your brakes. That's a little farther than 17. Alright, try again. Or there. And a little farther. Yeah. Oh, wait. Go back to 17. We're going to stay at 17. Alright, we got to check a few things. Alright, and let go. I'm going to lock it. Alright, so while we're here at 1,700 RPMs, we're looking for oil pressure. We're looking for oil temperature, which is coming up because it takes a minute. We're looking for our ammeter, which is at 0, which we want. We're looking for our suction gauge, which is between 5 and 6, which is good. And then we're going to check our magnetos. Alright, see this key? You're going to do 2 clicks to the left. Alright, and we're watching this while we do it. 1, and then 1 more. 1 more. Perfect. Scale it, drop to 100. Alright, now 2 clicks back to both. 1, 2. Alright, and then it climbed to 100. Now 1 more click to the left there. Perfect, and it dropped 100 again, and 1 more click to the right. So this is a self-contained starter unit, okay, so we basically just checked to make sure it all is good. Alright, so we wanted about 100, so look, it'll tell us here. It says, should not exceed 125, so we had 100. And then the difference between the two shouldn't be more than 50, which we're good. Alright, so now we're ready to go. Everything good for you? Alright, doors and windows are going to go closed. You can pull your power all the way to idle while I do this. Alright, making sure that it's idling. Alright, now we can go back up to 1,000 RPMs. 1,000 RPMs. Touchy, huh? Alright, now we're going to just make sure our radios are on the correct frequencies, which I know. This is on altitude, and this is blocking VFR, which is 1200. Alright, looks like they are still holding out, so we're going to go first. So we're going to taxi up to this line here. Go ahead and grab your throttle. Take your foot off the brake. And I got your feet. If you just give us some throttle, we'll go over there. And then before we cross the line, I'm going to make a call. Auburn traffic system 114, Mike, departing runway 25 to South Auburn. Okay, so now we're free to cross this line here. Alright, you keep on throttle and then stay on the pedals with me. I'm going to use all available runways, so we're going to go out here to the edge. And we're going to try to line up on center line as best as we can. And now I'm looking at my windsock. Alright, 1 hand on that throttle. And the entire time we're taking off, we're keeping 1 hand on that throttle. Alright, so as soon as we put that throttle in a matter of 3 seconds, we're going to go 1, 2, throttle's going in. Okay, on a matter of 3 seconds. And then we're going to let our airspeed climb. And we're basically just going to try to stay straight And then we rotate at about 55. So basically the airplane will fly itself off the runway if we slowly, ever so slowly start pulling back. And I'll tell you when we did that, okay? So you can go ahead and put the throttle in if you're ready to go, and we can start tracking down center line here. Ready?
Ready.
Alright, go for it. All the way to the firewall. Alright, and together we're going to try to maintain straight down the runway here. Alright, airspeed's alive. We should be able to fly. So let's slowly, ever so slowly pull back. Look at that.
Okay.
Now we rock our wings from off. Alright, so we're
outside. I want you to start looking for landmarks that you see, because we're going to find your house now.
Okay.
Like there's a high school down there. I'm not sure which one that is. Look for the golf course. Oh yeah. It should be somewhere over there. I could be completely wrong though.
have a designated traffic pattern we have to fly to get back over to Auburn. There's the bridge again. So as much as I want to land there, I'm going to go out. And it gets a little bumpy as we get low here with the canyon. We're going to go out, we're going to come in, we're going to fly a traffic pattern, then we're going to land. So notice that I have a descent going. I'm going to get us all the way down to 2,500 feet because our traffic pattern is 1,000 feet above elevation. If you remember, our elevation was 1,500 feet. Out my nose. Steepest angle of a descent without increasing any airspeed. The traffic system will run brakes on final 2,500.
feels me, we can start pulling our power back. Straightening off our nose. Checking that windsock, which is almost right down the runway. And we'll come down pretty hard there. Alright, so we're flying full back elevator.
Traffic, now 132 Bob Julie, taking active 25, and northbound departure.
And we're going to exit Delta here, so we're going to pull full left rudder. See Delta? Applying our brakes. This guy says he's taking the active. Alright, and once we're completely, our tail is exited this line here, our hold short line.
Auburn traffic, Cessna 7954 Golf.
We stop.
Downwind 25 Auburn.
Alright, now you can hold that button down and say clear of 25 Auburn.
Clear 25 Auburn.